the community, the camaraderie, the acceptance, the diversity is a hallmark of ours, and the care and concern that our families have for each other is, dare I say, legendary, in the sense that a person needs anything. They need a ride, they need to borrow a car, they need help for Shabbos, whatever the case may be. You have 10 people who are already stepping up and willing to fill in that void and make sure that person and that family has what they need.
We did check out many communities before we moved here, and the warmth and the friendliness of the people here are really not to be matched.
You know, something's going on at work, here, right there, all of a sudden I need somebody to pick up my daughter. I could send out a message to 4 or 5 people, and there'll be somebody who will respond and be happy to do it.
If somebody needs to borrow, if somebody needs a car, if someone needs to borrow a crock pot or a food processor or a blender, there's always somebody to help out. You never feel like you're left in the lurch. So it's kind of like having, you know, a big extended family and not just a community.
One of the most amazing things about our community is that in the last 3 years in particular, it has such an explosion of new families moving in that we have 70 kids under the age of bar and bat mitzvah. It's unheard of.
One of the best things about it is that we really focus on the kids. The kids have a great program. We have youth programs starting 0 to 3, which means that kids, you know, even younger than, you know, in other shuls would have groups. They have groups. They start at 9 o'clock when shul starts. That is a very unusual thing that I haven't seen anywhere else in the New York area, and I'm thrilled about.
Having a community where kids are comfortable and safe, and that I know that my daughter could be with any person in the shul, and that she'll feel safe, she'll feel comfortable, and she'll be looked out for no matter what's going on. And as a parent, for me, that's a huge deal.
There's this incredible community feel, and it's geared towards health, growth, development, nurturance, and that's an incredible feel.
And we've created all this infrastructure in Linden to make it a much more attractive place than it had already been. And you can't find a more affordable community within the area, within the tri-state area. 35 minutes to Manhattan? Impossible.
There's pretty much the entire range of size and type and affordability of all the different houses. If you're looking for a real fancy house, you can probably find a pretty nice house here, but they've got really, you know, there's nothing that's really outside of anybody's price range.
Part of it was being able to own our own home and being homeowners, that we're in almost the same financial bracket for a house with a mortgage, with the taxes, with everything else, as rent was in our old neighborhood.
I sense that there's a different feel, a different culture, and a different vibe in Linden, in contrast to probably many of these other communities.
It would be so easy for a community to just rest on its laurels, you know, and Linden is constantly trying to get better.
There's this sense of growth and development. That is the key thing. There is no other agenda. There is no other thing going on. And to that end, everyone sort of gathers together.